All right, today we are continuing our series of pick or player. We're going to take the 107 through the 112, and we're going to compare them against already proven players in Dynasty and see which ones we would prefer as a group. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. We've got all kinds of new Dynasty fantasy football content coming out every single week. It really helps us when you like and subscribe. So make sure you go down there and do that. And let's get into it. So last week we started with the 101, went through the 106. It was really interesting. I think this was a popular video because a lot of people are just kind of gauging whether or not they want to sell these picks for these proven players or whether, they should maybe be moving off these players and go and get the picks because they have better options in the draft. And this is obviously going to change a little bit as we get closer to draft time because some of these prospects are going to be more cemented in where they're actually going. But for now, let's do some speculation. Let's look at the rookie picks 107 through 112, and let's see who we would prefer and who we wouldn't over these picks. So let's start with the 107. I'll feed you guys, and you guys can kind of bounce back with some options here. But would you rather have Christian Watson or the 107?
I'll take the 107.
Yeah, I will too. I think let's assume that 3 of the top 4 QBs in this next year get top 10 draft capital. So 3 of Will Levis, AR, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young. So that means between Bryce Young and whichever 3 of those you want, Bijan Robinson and whichever 3 of those you want, that leaves 2 of Jahmyr Gibbs, JSN, Jordan Addison, and Quentin Johnston left. So if I'm getting, let's just say, Jordan Addison and Jahmyr Gibbs there, so my least favorite of those 4, I'm still taking either of them over Christian Watson.
Yep,
is the reasoning.
And what's interesting about that is Christian Watson's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 spots ahead of the 107 in ADP. So close, but there's a considerable gap there. Even
he'll also probably already be 2 years older than most of them.
That's true. What about Najee Harris?
107.
That one makes me think a little bit, honestly.
It does. It makes me think for sure. I'm just leaning 107 because I'm thinking. Charbonnet's even going to go. Charbonnet's even going to go later than the 10. Well, no, actually, with his draft capital, he may go 107. But with Zach Evans, Jahmyr Gibbs, Charbonnet, Sean Tucker. If I were a betting man, I'd say there's probably 4 running backs that get second round draft capital.
Interesting.
That's hard. I don't know. I think I'd prefer Najee over Jahmyr Gibbs, honestly.
It's tough because Najee's a buy right now.
Yeah. Make up your mind.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the rookie pick just for the flexibility.
I'd go with the rookie pick, too.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman?
Pittman.
I'd take Pittman. Yeah.
He's a target hog.
I'll take Pittman, too. He's going to be a target hog.
He's going to get a new QB, new OC. Yeah.
And Steichen's offense, that's going to be nice. That's essentially their QB. Or OC.
Yes.
You know what I meant.
Yep.
Yes. All right, Jameson Williams. I'm easily taking the 107 or Jameson Williams.
I'll take the 107 as well.
Russell Wilson, Superflex League.
Russ.
Simon.
Okay. I'll take the pick.
Wow.
Okay. For why?
Interesting.
Let's say, like I said before, 3 of those top 4 QBs get that draft capital. If it's Will Levis that gets that draft capital, people hate Will Levis. If Will Levis gets top 10 draft capital and he falls to the 107, I'll take him over Russ. So I'll take the pick just for the flexibility.
Okay.
That pick is not going to lose value. Russ might.
I will take Russell Wilson there. How about Treylon Burks to the 107?
Burks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take Burks.
There is no competition in Tennessee. Burks showed true flashes, not just a 1 catch for 75-yard touchdown flash, like real flashes. I don't know. There's no receiver after JSN and Addison who I think will go ahead of the 107 probably.
Yeah.
That I really like more than Burks. So.
All right, moving on to the 108. Kirk Cousins or the 108?
108.
Yep, 108.
Yeah, not a question.
Goddard or the 108?
Goddard.
Yeah, I'm taking Goddard.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kittle over the 108 too. I'm assuming you guys are as well.
Yes. We played in tight end premium leagues.
Yeah.
So those elite tight ends are way more important than you think they are because they set you apart from your league. You're getting between your elite tight end and the average replacement level tight end in your league, you can gain 5 points over your opponent right there week to week.
And there's a 1 point per game difference between Pat Freiermuth and
Patty P.
And what? Between Pat Freiermuth and I'm blanking on his name from the Saints.
Jawan Johnson?
No, not even Jawan Johnson.
Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill.
No way.
Yes. Remember we did this. Go check out our tight end video.
Yeah, check it out.
But that's what we talked about.
George Pickens or the 108, and why is it the 108?
It's the 108.
Why? We got to explain this one. This is a no-brainer.
I mean, I don't care who I'm getting at the 108. If I'm getting Zach Charbonnet at the 108, I still want him over George Pickens. I don't think George Pickens is nearly as good as people want him to be. Yes, he makes some good catches. I mean, I like George Pickens going into last year, but right now I've seen him going in like the 5th round of some startups.
You know what's funny? Look at the points. I want you to throw the screenshot in of him on this ADP. Look at his points per game, like, and then the people surrounding him. Like everybody's like 12 or more, and he's like 9.
I'll screenshot it.
That's
awkward.
It's really kind of bananas. So Jeremy is raging watching this right now. Nick Chubb or the 108?
The 108.
I'll take the 108 even easily. Not easily.
It's not easy for me. No. I guess I'll jump on the wagon with you guys and take the 108.
Easily the 108 over Ramondre Stevenson.
Yes.
Well, it's not easily. I mean, I think I'll take Ramondre over Nick Chubb, for one. And two, I think whatever rookie running back is going right there, I probably want a little bit more than Nick Chubb or Ramondre Stevenson. So,
yeah, I'm taking. If you can move Ramondre for the 108, that's really good. Jerry Jeudy or the 108? I'll take the pick.
108.
This is where it gets interesting.
I'll take the pick.
Yeah, Daniel Jones or the 108. I'm taking Daniel Jones.
I'll take Daniel Jones.
Superflex League all day. All day. All day, every day, twice on Sundays.
I don't think,
Right?
I mean, with his fantasy upside and what he did last season, I can't really argue with it.
What about Kenneth Pickett or the 108?
Kenny Pickett.
I mean, if we want to stay consistent here, then I guess we should say Kenny Pickett, even though their production upside is
it feels gross.
6 points.
It feels gross because whoever you take at that 108 could be the rookie who jumps 4 rounds, but Kenny Pickett could also reasonably jump 4 rounds next year if he's scoring 18 points a game.
I don't really see a scenario where Kenny Pickett falls in value next season.
You said the same thing about Mac Jones last year.
Did I really?
How do you even remember that?
I guarantee you did. Yeah. You had Mac Jones ranked over Justin Fields.
Doubt it.
Okay. Let's go to the 109. Joe Mixon or the 109?
The 109.
It's not easy for me. I'll take the 109.
It's not easy for me.
I'll take the
109. Marquise Brown or the 109?
109.
109.
Yeah, same.
So both of those guys are going ahead of the 109 here. So again,
I mean,
some good targets.
Let's put some names to that though. If that's the receivers that could be going there, whether it's Josh Downs, Kayshon Boutte,
running backs like
Zay Flowers. Is it too much for me to venture to say I'm more excited about having any of those 3 on my team than Marquise Brown? Plus, you get the flexibility of having a rookie pick because you don't have to take a guy with it. You can just trade it and let someone else take it.
I don't know. I do like Marquise Brown. He's only 25 still.
There's a
He's going to be the wide receiver 1 in Arizona.
There's a risk in moving any of these guys for these picks specifically right now because we don't know where the QBs are going to go in the draft. If 2 of the 4 that we think are going to get top 10, top 15 draft capital don't, then that changes the entire board. Every single wide receiver is going to be pushed up the draft board, probably top 6, and then there's not going to be QJ, Addison, or JSN available at the 109. So that's a big deal.
There's already not. But
I don't know. I've seen
the 108 is kind of my cutoff where I have a chance of getting an elite player.
It seems like
but I'll still take the 109 over Marquise.
I'm leaning Marquise actually. I'll go Marquise Brown there.
I cannot argue against Marquise. Actually, I really can't. And if someone
13 points per game,
if someone offered me if someone offered me the 109 for Hollywood right now, I mean, come draft day, even regardless of what happens in the NFL draft, come your dynasty rookie draft day, someone's probably going to overpay for the 109. Someone's probably
take the pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're probably right.
You never know what trades are going to happen. Your favorite wide receiver sleeper, they might get an AJ Brown, and then you're like, oh no, he's not worth anything anymore. So just take the pick. It's not going to lose value. Yeah.
So that being said, would you take any of these? If you throw a screenshot up here during this so that people can keep track, would you take any of these guys over the rookie 109? DJ Moore, Jared Goff, Terry McLaurin, Pat Freiermuth, Brandon Ayuk, Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins, Derrick Henry. I'm not taking a single one of those guys over the 109. So there you also have that. If you have one of those guys, you can trade them for the 109. You should probably do that. Moving on to the 110.
Now that's funny though.
It's funny because Dotson is the guy I would take over the 109. Yes, that is 100% true to me. What about you? You're not as high than Dotson as us.
Nah, yeah, I'll still take the 109 there.
So what about the 110? Taking Jahan Dotson or the 110?
It just depends on where the QBs start falling. I'll probably take the flexibility of a pick. I'll take the 110. I think someone commented on the last video that you guys did on this and said, you're putting a lot of names to the picks and like it's helpful, but at the same time you have to consider that it is a pick, and that's why some people want the flexibility of it. They want the flexibility of that pick, and that's why they're trading for it, because they know this player seems a little bit risky to me right now. Their team could make a crazy trade. They could get cut. Anything could happen. So let me just go out and get this safe pick where the value is at worst going to stay right where it is right now.
Right.
And then, if you want to trade it when it's on the clock, then you can. So yeah, I'll take the 110 over Jahan Dotson.
I will take Dotson. You're taking Dotson, obviously, too.
Yes.
Would you take any of Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, Tony Pollard, Brandon Ayuk, any of those guys above the 110? I'm taking the 110 over all those guys still, besides Dotson.
In a startup, I'm taking the 110.
Yeah, me too. What about Derek Carr? It's interesting. Superflex league, but he's getting cut. 16 points per game last year. It's 32.
This is completely independent of my opinion of Derek Carr, which is way lower than it used to be. I just wonder, like, if I had that option today, if I got Derek Carr and I had to give up the 110 today, that's an overpay in my opinion. But he's going to go up in value the second he's affiliated with whatever team he goes to.
True.
So that at that point, I'd probably flip him.
Simon?
I'm not even risking it there. I'm taking the pick.
But he's going to end up on a team.
He's not. He's going to end up on a team, and no one's going to pay the 109 for him. You're not making any profit.
But we're talking about the 110.
Yeah, I'm saying, what profit are you going to make if no one's going to pay the 109 for him? You're paying the 110. You're going to make a flip and get some profit, but no one's going to pay you the 109 for Derek Carr. It doesn't matter what team he goes to.
I think Derek Carr is hated enough to where I actually think he's right. I don't think people would pay that
You're not going to make any profit.
Okay. I get your point. Like, it's a super flex league, and honestly, when he does go somewhere new, he should be more valuable.
I would rather take,
like, if we lived in a society where dynasty players weren't so biased towards rookie picks and hated Derek Carr so much, I do think that is the right choice. But I think he's right about the tendencies of the dynasty community.
That's fair.
But yours
is
the smart choice.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think even at the 110, if I really need a quarterback, I'd rather take a shot on, let's say, AR if he doesn't get top 10 draft capital. Let's say AR goes the end of the first. I'll take AR at the end of the first over Derek Carr.
Yeah, I can see that too. Christian Kirk or the 110.
Crickets.
For market
110.
You got to take the pick.
You got to take 110.
What about? I don't know. Should we really be looking at in a market? We're going to take the picks over all these dudes in this range.
That's
so like. What?
I don't know. I'll take.
I'd take Deontay Johnson over the 110.
I think I'll take Christian Kirk. He's only 26. He's playing with Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to continue to be the wide receiver one, and the fact that he's tied there on that contract really makes me feel good about him. And when you get to the 110, you're getting more into it's getting more into, while it's a secure dart throw, it's still kind of a dart throw. There's a big tier drop off this year after like the 107. So I'll take Christian Kirk. I have no problem with that.
Are we giving Justin Fields the benefit of the doubt to become a better passer? Right? Everyone in the dynasty community is assuming that Justin Fields will get better.
Sure.
Let's make the same assumption about Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is going to get better next year. That means Deontay Johnson gets better. So I'm taking Deontay Johnson over the 110. We've seen what he does. He gets all those targets.
I said I'd take Deontay.
So, I mean, you want to take Christian Kirk? I'll take Deontay Johnson. I think
Deontay
there's
too.
a good argument for,
Well, he also, a big thing too is Kirk and Deontay both have deals, long-term deals. Yes. And the thing with Kirk is he's tied to elite QB.
And they've both been wide receiver ones recently.
Yep.
Deontay scored 0 touchdowns last year.
And still had 11 points per game.
Yes.
Bananas. Moving on to the 111. Dameon Pierce, the 111. Next. Amari Cooper or the 111. This is close.
I'll take Amari.
I would take Amari here.
Yeah, I don't even know officially what the contract situation is there with Amari.
I don't know. I think he'll get re-signed, though. He's 28, almost 29, so he's getting up there.
I literally think
15 points per game last year.
My only concern is this is purely speculation, but D-Hop's going to get moved, and if he goes to Cleveland, that kind of sucks for Amari.
D-Hop might.
Oh no, D-Hop and Amari Cooper are on the same team. We know two wide receivers can't produce on the same team.
I know. I'm saying it would suck for the value return you'd be getting if you moved the 111 for Amari Cooper right now.
That's valid.
Ended up.
Yeah. That's a good argument.
I would go. I would buy Amari if that were theoretically to happen.
That's a good argument.
Yep.
So
You're right, because I'm thinking in a contender's mindset. I think Amari Cooper will be a great contending piece no matter what happens.
No matter what.
But that's a really good, that's a good point based on market value.
We're all taking the 111 over Dalvin Cook, right? Like yes. I think people are too low on Dalvin Cook, but getting a late first out of him would be jumping off that train before it.
Yep.
I mean, I do support that. Calvin Ridley or the 111?
111.
I'm easily taking the 111.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley or the 112?
I'm
still taking the 112.
I'll take the 112.
DeAndre Hopkins or the 112?
112.
Yeah,
I'll
market value have to. I made that trade at the end of the season, and I got flamed for it. So
Mike Williams or the 112?
I'll take the 112.
He wants you so
Nathan
bad.
loves his mid wide receivers.
I don't think he's mid.
He is so not mid. I'll take Mike Williams.
I'll take Mike Williams there.
Do you think
Kellen
Moore, Zay
Moore,
Flowers can give you 12 points per game as a rookie?
No.
That's partially me being lower on Zay Flowers.
Do you think Zay Flowers will be an end of the first round NFL draft pick?
I mean, I would hope so.
So he's going to go to a good NFL team with a good quarterback.
And Mike Williams is on a good NFL team with a very good QB and a brand new offensive coordinator who will be letting Herbert throw the ball down the field.
I completely understand. I just think at this time next year, whatever player drafting at the 112 is going to be going 3 or 4 rounds higher than Mike Williams is next year. At this time next year. So I just got to...
That's not necessarily true, though. If you look at the guys drafted at the end of last year's, like a lot of these guys are still hanging out in this range. Dameon Pierce is still hanging out here, and he was going there. Guys like
Dameon Pierce is bad, though.
James Cook. Yeah, that's true.
It's a good point, but Dameon Pierce is bad.
Right. Rashad White. It was a lot of those running backs going
so
at the
bad.
Last year. Yeah, I know. But still, like
George Pickens, he jumped up to the 5th round.
Yeah, the problem is
he was mid this year.
Yeah. So, oh man, you're gonna take Jeremy off. I don't know. I don't know. Once I get past the 110, I start to get a little bit scared of these rookie picks. Yeah. But at the same time, the market value of them is always going to be very high because somebody's going to want to get their guy.
Yeah. Geno or the 112?
That's interesting. 112. I don't believe in his long-term ability to be a starting quarterback with the Seahawks. I think they're going to eventually replace him.
That's true. I mean, he's already 32 and a half, so he'll be 33 midway through next season.
Geno played really good next year.
He did. He played really good. He was one of the top 10 QBs in points per game, but... That's the point. He's never going to get a solid long-term contract. He's too old. It's
so odd to me. I mean, as bad as Russ has looked apart from Seattle, it's almost like Pete Carroll can just make anyone look good and function well in that offense. I feel like they might even have more of a pressing need defensively, so they might just go all defense in the first round with their picks. That's a possibility. So I don't know, but you're right. I'd probably still lean 112.
It's a 1-year bet.
I'd probably still lean 112 because he doesn't even have a guaranteed. He's an unrestricted free agent, so we have no idea where he's going to go.
Yeah,
Dalton Schultz or the 112.
112.
Yep. We're getting into 201 territory, so we'll cut it there. Next week on Pick or Player, we will do the 201 to the 206 versus some of these players. This is where it gets interesting because you can find some really good buys down here if you ship your seconds off. There are also some guys down here. It's like, if you can get a second for him, you should do it. So we'll do that next week, and then we'll finish up with the 206 and the 212 in a couple of weeks. But make sure you subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to become one of the top 1,000 Dynasty channels on the planet. So we can only do that if you subscribe. So I can't even say that with a straight face. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video. If you like what you heard in this video, make sure you
Can we get 2 likes on this video?
If we could get 2 or 3, that would be fantastic. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We appreciate all your support. Make sure you head over to Locals, get all our exclusive content there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.